You can no longer deny the strength of the vibrations in the air around you. Have you observed it? The synchronicity that seems too exact to be coincidence, the dreams that leave you speechless, the subtle but unmistakable tug that compels you to investigate more. Beyond the surface of your everyday existence, who are you? What's on the other side of routine? These thoughts are not arbitrary. They are the hints of a remarkable change that is taking place both within and outside of you. The Earth's energy is rising, drawing people into the fifth dimension's bright spaces from the third dimension's crowded interior. This is not only a cosmic occurrence, it is an exhortation to awaken, to let go of the delusions of separation, and to welcome a world based on love, harmony, and limitless possibilities. The old systems of fear, division, and competitiveness are disintegrating, and a new worldview that emphasizes compassion and connectivity is emerging in its stead. This is not a typical time. It is the transformational threshold. This change is evident in every delicate feeling, brief insight, and glimmer of empathy you experience. It's a call to embrace your actual potential, to go beyond the limits that have long characterized your life. It is no coincidence that you are here. You are a part of a giant awakening that is tearing through the human fabric. You are now more than simply an observer. You are a creator, a link between realms, and a beacon of hope at times of significant transformation. There's a purpose to the energy flowing through you. It's a calling with a purpose. What will happen is no longer the question. Instead, who will you become? You have the opportunity to ascend, discover who you are, and accept your part in influencing the emergence of a new world. At some point, the lines separating your identity start to blur, exposing the deepest core of who you are. Your name, your occupation, and your background are all but hints of a more profound reality. Once thought to characterize you, these structures now seem like ephemeral reflections that are vanishing in the increasing light of knowledge. The tales you live by do not define you. The immense entity that is planning them is you. Beyond the bustle of everyday life, in the silence of your inner world, a silent but potent realization starts to form, a link to something timeless and limitless inside of you. This consciousness, which whispers the truth of an infinite essence beyond form, starts to shatter the facade of manufactured identity. In brief times, maybe when you look into your own mirror, you feel not just the physical person looking back, but also the immortal wanderer traversing other planes of reality. Understanding dual awareness, the one who perceives, responds, and interacts with the world and the immutable essence that observes it all from beyond, is sparked by this realization. This insight is evident in day-to-day interactions. There is a part of you that watches with cool disinterest during intense arguments, an inner awareness that goes beyond the fleeting joy and makes room for the more profound reality of your life arises when you celebrate a victory. As the tides of change crest all around you, this silent observer serves as your guide, holding you to an unchanging clarity. By accepting this knowledge, the delusions of restriction vanish. You discover the grandeur of your everlasting self when you cross the boundaries of identification and enter an endless space. You are experiencing a significant metamorphosis that will change your perception of life and link you to realms beyond the physical. Your nature is redefined by this connection to higher worlds, which makes you a conduit for knowledge and energy that beyond the bounds of this world. Whispers from the invisible world beckon you to explore worlds beyond the realm of conventional awareness in the peaceful cadence of your days. Dreams no longer seem like simple getaways, but rather as entrances to endless, fantastical worlds where everyday life disappears. Every night turns into a voyage in which the soul soars into heavenly regions, escaping the confines of the material world and blending with a vast expanse of radiant energy and age-old knowledge. The veils between dimensions shrink via activities that awaken the mind's latent potential, exposing a realm full with invisible friends. These entities, invisible to the human eye, but profoundly felt, provide their counsel and insights that speak to us beyond the realm of reason. The soul develops in their company, taking in truths that cut across space and time. This is where your trip begins. Let's work together to build something really remarkable. Subscribe today. These connections permeate every aspect of your life, even when you're awake. Streams of transformative energy can flow through portals, opened by deep states of contemplation. Your path is illuminated by inner revelations brought on by this alignment, which connect intuition with a deep inner knowing. Your viewpoint is altered by encounters with this understanding, which firmly establishes your awareness of a larger orchestration at work. This dimension-to-dimension interaction becomes a constant force. Challenges are not met in isolation during uncertain times, but rather with a stream of creative and transcendent solutions. With a voice from the infinite resonating through your mind and guiding you toward your higher purpose, clarity emerges. You represent a duality, both human and a conduit of the divine, no longer constrained by the limitations of the mundane world. This link to the higher realms encourages you to assume your position as a guide in the communal awakening. But it is not a departure from reality. Rather, it is an extension of it. Your existence is now defined by a deeper sense of alignment that clearly guides your actions. Life no longer seems to be a sequence of chance occurrences. Instead, it resonates with intentionality and purpose. Like a symphony guided by an unseen conductor. Every step you take feels imbued with a greater meaning, a subtle yet powerful force drawing you toward your ultimate calling. In the quiet rituals of your day, whether during a moment of reflection or while immersed in simple tasks, you sense an unshakable conviction. The passions that once seemed like fleeting interests now reveal themselves as the threads weaving the fabric of your destiny. There is no longer a sense of drifting. Your path emerges with the precision that seems both natural and deep, powered by an inner fire that lights your trip. Your life turns into a succession of conscious decisions, each one bearing the weight of importance. Establishing objectives becomes an act of aligning with this deeper reality. Each intention, a beacon illuminating your path ahead. Whether you choose to build meaningful connections, participate in employment that sparks your spirit, or adopt habits that fuel your soul, every choice becomes a deliberate step toward living your greater purpose. This alignment alters even the tiniest activities. When you engage energy into hobbies that excite you, it seems as if the cosmos itself moves in concert, enhancing your efforts with an invisible beat. Each attempt, no matter how tiny, seems sacred, and gift that resonates well beyond the tangible, ready to take the first step toward greatness. Subscribe today, and let's begin. In your encounters, you emanate this feeling of purpose, generating change in others. Your presence has a quiet power, and your words and acts produce waves of good change. The borders of your human identity blur as you represent something much greater, a force directed by a vision that transcends the commonplace. For we are God's workmanship, made in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God planned in advance for us to perform. Ephesians chapter 2:10. Picture yourself as a vessel thoughtfully fashioned by the Creator, not merely to exist, but to pour forth light and purpose into the world. Your life is intended to light up other people's pathways, to arouse hope, and to showcase the beauty of living purposefully, much like a lamp on a stand. Every action you perform becomes a mirror of divine potential when you live with clarity and intention. Every word you utter has meaning, and every step you take has weight. This is about connecting your life with a greater calling and accepting the opportunities that are presented to you as chances to make a difference, not about following a strict route. By doing deliberate actions that have an impact much beyond your immediate surroundings, you are reshaping the world piece by piece, rather than just playing parts or checking boxes. A little act of kindness toward a neighbor, a supportive moment for a friend, or the silent persistence of following your aspirations are examples of how this way of life elevates the ordinary into the extraordinary. Each of these acts contributes to a larger work of art. You are not limited to any one identity or position. As you bravely enter the life you were destined to lead, you are a live example of potential that has been awakened. Living this way means putting your feet firmly in faith and purpose, and rising above the cacophony of distraction and doubt. Even if it's not always simple, it's always worthwhile. Every decision, no matter how little, contributes to the creation of a life that honors the Creator and encourages others to follow their own path of purpose and meaning. Thus, let your life to shine like a lighthouse of meaning. You become a mirror of the soul in full bloom with each choice you make, led by faith and clarity, demonstrating to the world what it is to live with purposeful elegance and limitless potential. You have undergone an incredible metamorphosis that has shown a wonderful capacity to realize your greatest aspirations. Your ideas no longer float aimlessly. Instead, they have developed into powerful reality architects that elegantly shape the course of your existence. You shape your environment to embody your aspirations, just like an artist does while creating a painting. You create the life you want to lead by using the power of mental images. As your mind clears in the early silence, you see your future as a vivid certainty rather than a far-off potential. These pictures are well-made maps that direct the energy of creativity toward the results you want rather than being just fancies. Layer by layer, you strengthen the basis of your goals by weaving a tapestry of purpose with each vision. Now is your time to shine. Let's make it memorable by subscribing right now. This process is accelerated by the act of expressing your wishes. Your words become like confidently sown seeds in the universe's rich soil. By connecting yourself with the cycles of creation, you reinforce the truth of your aspirations, rather than just wishing for them. Every statement you make, whether it's to attract love or wealth, serves as a thread that ties you to a larger, harmonious pattern. When you say, "I am thriving," possibilities start to present themselves in ways that are both coincidental and distinctly intentional. When you say, "I am connected," interactions that lift your soul come naturally. Your adherence to universal laws guarantees that what you're looking for aligns with a larger equilibrium, enhancing both your experience and the energy flow as a whole. The conversion of ideas into actuality is accelerated by this consistency. What used to seem difficult now comes easily. At the right time, the direction you need becomes apparent. The resources that you need come to you. Every incident turns into a mirror of your deliberate life and a demonstration of your part in creating the universe. You have embraced the position of an active creator and transcended the domain of passive existence. You create a clear and purposeful world with every idea and action you take. Your capacity to materialize is more than just a talent. It's a powerful reminder of your limitless potential. This ability turns your trip into a masterwork of purposeful, motivated life. Your life is being drastically altered, indicating a step outside of the norm and onto a higher plane of spiritual development. This change goes beyond the material world and represents a radiant condition of being that reinterprets your true being. Subtle alterations in your daily life are indicative of this transformation. A lighter, more fluid reality seems to replace the physical world's solidity. You walk with renewed ease, as if the burden of previous constraints has vanished and been replaced with an awareness of your limitless possibilities. Your spirit is becoming a vehicle that can channel and magnify energy with remarkable clarity. You may become a conduit for higher vibrations by taking on this refined form. When you shut your eyes and experience periods of calm, you feel waves of pure energy flowing through you, linking you to a complex network of global flow. Your emotional landscape is characterized by a harmonic resonance that enhances your relationships with life, and your inner world exudes clarity. This is not an isolated change. It strengthens your bonds with other people and the environment. You attract others on a comparable road of awakening by operating at a higher frequency. Empathy and mutual understanding give relationships a greater dimension. Your presence acts as an anchor, sending a positive and peaceful ripple effect. You get closer to this developed condition every day, becoming the light that leads others on their path. Your life turns into a real-life transformational example that inspires others who are trying to awaken. You emerge as a bright creature, no longer constrained by the conventional limitations of identification, leading the road for a communal ascension and resonating with the harmony of the universe. Join us in unlocking your potential. Start your change by subscribing right now. A deep change is taking place inside of you, changing your physical and spiritual being in ways that are as little as they are enormous. As you traverse the waves of transformation coursing through your existence, this process requires profound contemplation and surrender. Fatigue urges you to withdraw into quiet times, as it envelops you like a dense cloud. In preparation for the massive recalibration that is occurring, your body is preserving its strength. To support this significant change, respect this need for rest. Feed yourself foods that increase energy, and pay attention to your hydration. Like a fluctuating tide, emotions come and go, each surge bearing relics of former energy that are just waiting to be let go. You could experience intense sadness one minute and then euphoria the next. These oscillations are necessary purifications that make room for a more harmonious inner landscape rather than disturbances. Recognize these emotions as growth-promoting forces and let them come and go without passing judgment. Sound waves, resonant sounds, or vibrations may reverberate inside your consciousness, indicating the emergence of more profound perception. The stimulation of inner consciousness, which strengthens your connection to realms beyond the physical, is what these sounds represent. They are not arbitrary. When these frequencies arise, stop and pay attention to the little changes in your environment, letting these moments enhance your sense of intuition. Similar to this, your eyesight may start to change as your sensory awareness grows, resulting in richer hues or brief lights attracting your attention. Your bodily demands change as a result of this enhanced awareness. Vitality-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, and whole components start to speak to your system, while more processed foods may not feel as good. Denser energies are released as your body adjusts, which may cause pain in your digestive system. With patience, accept these changes and modify your diet to suit your changing needs. Your clarity may be obscured by periods of mental fog, while your mind rewires to handle higher frequencies. As your brain processes recalibrate, concentration becomes unattainable. Permit yourself to stop and utilize mindfulness techniques to help you center yourself in the here and now and smooth this shift. This is a path of alignment and acceptance rather than opposition. With every change, you are entering a more advanced state of being and getting ready to embrace a stage of life characterized by deep transformation, clarity, and connection. Within you, a keener sense of intuition is emerging, providing a depth of understanding that speaks to your soul directly and avoids using reasoning. This inner clarity turns into a compass that quietly and confidently leads you through the challenges of life. Your ability to see invisible energy becomes more acute as your sensitivity increases, bringing to light hidden realities. You get more in tune with the pulse of the universe when your sleep habits change and you experience early awakenings. These quiet moments are invitations to participate in introspective activities that align with the cycles of creation rather than disruptions. You are more than just adjusting to change. You are living a dazzling life, well tuned to the cosmic symphony. There is a deep awareness, an unwavering essence that watches everything without attachment, beneath the constantly changing conditions of existence. Neither the uncertainties of the future nor the storms of the past can change this still spot inside of you. Realizing this inner awareness changes your viewpoint and provides a haven of harmony and understanding in the middle of life's chaos. The roles and identities that the outside world prescribes are only ephemeral shadows that cannot adequately capture the infiniteness of your actual self. Once overwhelming challenges turn out to be temporary, only ripples on the surface of a deeper, immutable sea. An inner resilience that is unaffected by acceptance or affirmation from others emerges from this state of awareness. This strength shines with clarity and purpose, having been forged through the hardships of life. It is a transforming force that turns challenges into opportunities for growth, rather than a barrier against hardship. Every challenge you face turns into a chance to discover the genius of who you are, honing your path and strengthening your bond with your limitless potential. Do you sense the spark? Let's light it on fire. Sign up today to take part in the adventure. By means of this developing consciousness, you surpass the constraints of your situation and embrace the whole of your life with dignity and purpose. Life now seems to be a constant journey toward better knowledge and empowerment, rather than a sequence of hardships. Your truth, the hidden promise of what is beyond the ordinary, is this awakening. Every encounter in your life, whether happy, difficult, or routine, is like the constantly fluctuating waves of a huge ocean, all of which are seen by the constant silence at the center of you. The complex pattern of your inner self is shaped by every event and feeling that is sewn into the fabric of your journey. This constant awareness acts as your compass, keeping you rooted in the midst of life's ups and downs and providing direction when it seems to be unclear. You may access an infinite supply of inner strength and resilience by developing this profound knowledge, which turns what formerly seemed like challenges into significant chances for personal growth. This reconnecting with your essence is a reminder of the eternal reality of who you are, unaffected by outside influences or transient situations, rather than a discovery of something new. Your capacity to face life with purpose and resolve is strengthened as you immerse yourself in this knowledge. Authenticity permeates decisions, and every encounter reveals the best version of yourself. You are not just responding when you show compassion in the midst of hardship, or choose understanding over confrontation. With elegance and purpose, you are influencing the world around you. This metamorphosis is a real force that is within your reach and illuminates the path during times of uncertainty and doubt, rather than being a far-off ideal. Accepting personal accountability for your development acts as a catalyst for significant transformation that affects not only you, but also other people. Active participation is necessary for this trip. It is an exhortation to go on with bravery and dedication. By being true to yourself, you inspire others to pursue their own journeys of self-realization by serving as a living example of possibilities. Everyone you come into contact with joins in this collective awakening, attracted to the power and clarity you exude. By sharing your knowledge and experiences, you inspire others to examine themselves and accept their own truths, starting a chain reaction of change. The environment around you starts to alter as a result of this group trip, reflecting the inward changes you have accepted. A tapestry of understanding and connection is created when each person embraces their authenticity, revealing the limitless possibilities of human life. A strong awakening spreads across your path, bringing you into contact with an expanding group of people who are dedicated to self-awareness and change. Your personal development is an essential part of a greater empowered wave, not a singular triumph. Your growing consciousness drives change much beyond yourself, and you are the spark that ignites a larger movement. Accept your responsibility with confidence, understanding that your change is a driving force behind our group's advancement. You are on the verge of a significant transition, in which the changes you experience are not coincidental, but rather a rediscovery of your own self. You are returning to your true self as a result of this physical and spiritual progress, which gives you the ability to face life's obstacles with tenacity and clarity. Anchored in, you are bringing yourself into alignment with the eternal consciousness that is at the center of who you are. Every encounter becomes as a means of capturing this expanding energy. Your alignment with higher frequencies is indicated by fatigue and emotional swings, while your growing connection to the invisible is reflected by visual changes or ringing in your ears. Cravings and physical changes, as your body adapts, become chances to help this shift, urging you to accept food and relaxation as alignment aids. Sleep disturbances and mental fog are also a result of your mind adjusting to these heightened moods. Your strength, poised to rise, is your fire. Let's spark greatness together by subscribing today. You learn to see challenges as opportunities to improve, rather than as setbacks as a result of this approach. Every happy or difficult moment is a part of a bigger journey that is being watched over by your inner steady awareness. By taking charge of your own development, you encourage others to follow in your footsteps, creating a network of change and mutual development. Now is your time to embrace these changes wholeheartedly. Every day, cultivate awareness and let your inner light guide you. Talk freely about your experiences, since your tale may help others find their way. This is a significant redefining of who you are, a being in alignment with higher awareness, radiating good change into the world, rather than just a period of transition. Accept this change with open arms, and accept your position as a source of motivation and change. Your journey is not unique. Rather, it is a part of a larger unfolding, a collective climb of many minds and hearts, welcoming the dawn of change. You become a beacon by sharing your experiences, lighting a path for others to follow with bravery and direction. Your path merges with many others to create a collective, awakening movement. It is a chapter in a larger tapestry of communal progress, rather than just your tale. Your voice turns into a candle as you share the realizations and development you've experienced, illuminating the opportunities for others who are still figuring things out. This interwoven awakening serves as a reminder that change is a collective dynamic rather than a solitary effort, and that its resonance grows with each soul that embraces its authenticity. Your narrative has the capacity to inspire others to have bravery, which will lead to a chain reaction of empowerment and self-discovery. By accepting the strength of your path, you add to this group's ascent and leave a legacy of hope and inspiration. In addition to guiding others, your shared light represents the larger reality that mankind rises toward its limitless potential when it works as a single, cohesive force.